So I was going to talk about the tire, do a rain vlog sort of, but I had forgotten how horrible this helmet is, and so I went out in the rain and I'm basically blind. So yeah, I'm using the HJC Rpha70, and the quality of the helmet is good. I mean, it feels nice. It's a little tight around the cheeks, but that's, you're supposed to have tight cheeks. That's good. Also inner liner, very comfortable, soft. Even when it's hot, it doesn't get too sticky or feel uncomfortable. My huge issue with this helmet is it has the worst ventilation that I can even imagine. I have to ride with the visor halfway open, or my glasses and my visor fogs up. And I rode with the visor down for maybe 30 seconds, and I've been riding with the visor half open now for more than 3-4 minutes, and it's still foggy, even though the visor is technically open, so it's blowing air across it. It is not only borderline useless, but hopelessly useless. So even if I add the pin lock to the helmet, my glasses still fog up, because there is no, I have opened everything, there is nothing that's closed, everything's open, and still I can't feel a single, even remote feeling of air passing through the helmet. It is completely dead air in the helmet, which makes this just a steam room at this point. So unless I open the visor constantly and air it out, my helmet is my glasses and my visor is completely fogging up. And you may say, yeah, the pin lock is supposed to fix that, but like I said, yeah, it will fix the visor, but my glasses still are fogging up just as bad. Doesn't matter how clear your visor is if your glasses are fogging up. Also, the pin lock that came with the helmet, it had the worst chemical smell I have ever smelled on anything that isn't supposed to make you high. I mean, if you smell gasoline, yeah, it's probably worse, but everybody knows you're not supposed to sniff gasoline. I had that pin lock thing in for maybe a minute, and I was getting so dizzy and so screwed up in the head. I didn't dare to keep it. I had to take it off. So, and when the helmet doesn't ventilate anyway, it doesn't really matter. So I have the chin vent open, the front vent open, the chimney vent fully open, and the side vents fully open. If I close the helmet, not a breeze, nothing, absolutely nothing, no air movement whatsoever. What happens is that the visor, of course, fogs up, and my glasses fog up, and I can't see anything. And I don't know how many times I complained about this helmet, and I have never actually put it out there, because I saw people use it, they're happy with it, and I'm like, yeah, in the summer, great, if the weather is nice, you don't need too much ventilation, it's not too hot. Yeah, it's a good helmet. But if it gets hot or if it gets cold, stay away from this helmet. It is horrible, especially if you're using glasses. If you use glasses, you're screwed. You're gonna be blind. And of course, having the visor open when it's raining, I'm getting really sniffly. I get water in my eyes, I get wind in my eyes are tearing up. I mean, it's just completely uncomfortable. And it doesn't matter how good the helmet is, safety or comfort wise, with the other stuff, when you can't wear the helmet without having the visor open. And yeah, I have no idea how to fix this issue. I'm not going to start putting chemicals on my glasses and my visor just to prevent fogging on a helmet that's supposed to have ventilation preventing that specific issue. If there was any sort of movement of air in the helmet, the glasses wouldn't fog up and this wouldn't be an issue. But when you're gonna go blind inside the helmet, the outside doesn't matter. This helmet is probably good if you live in a country where there's no rain, not too warm, and you don't wear glasses. Basically nowhere. I have about 10 centimeter opening, and still the visor fogs up and my glasses fogs up. I have to open the vent completely and blow my breath out of the opening. If I blow it straight forward, it hits the edge of the helmet and it hits my glasses and I'm screwed. So I have to blow the air out through the front of the helmet, which is just fucking pathetic. The design of this helmet is shit. So I also have a Shoei NSX or Rf1200, which is in almost every way a better helmet. The one exception is safety. It does not have the safety that this has. This has the ECE 22.5, I think, which is very good if you're safety conscious, which I of course am. But I bought this helmet first, and after like four rides I knew this helmet was shit and I couldn't use it. Glasses fogging up, uncomfortable, it was too tight. They said it would be less tight as I use it. Now I've used it for it's getting close to 2 years now. Still too tight. And if I went one size up, it would just fall off my head. It was way too big. Also, it has a unusually large space between the air and the wall, so I hear the wind noise very clearly. Very loud wind noise when I ride. I can't hear the engine because the helmet is tight all around underneath, so there's no real wind noise from the inside of the helmet. It's sort of the shell of the helmet that gets sort of vibrations, I guess, from the wind buffeting, and that makes the inside sort of like a bassy reverberation chamber. I don't know how to describe that. So basically, it's very noisy, but you don't get the noise you want, you get the noise you don't want. You get the buffeting noise and not the engine noise. So unless I'm up like 7,000 RPMs, I can't hear the engine just about. Now you can probably hear the engine better than I can, because the front of this helmet actually captures the engine noise pretty well, and it's because there is absolutely no ventilation. You don't get any wind noise in this helmet, just about. Now it's, of course, I have the visor open and all the vents at full, and there's a lot of air blowing across my face right now, so right now you probably have a lot of wind noise. But that is the kind of wind noise that shouldn't be necessary. If I close the visor, there's no wind noise whatsoever. There's no wind whatsoever. And I don't even have to breathe. If I hold my breath, it still fogs up, just from the moisture inside the helmet. It's incredible how badly this helmet is designed. The thing is, I bought a intercom system that I had put on the NSX or the RF1200, the Shoei, and I thought I could finally stop using this shitty helmet. And yeah, the audio recordings are horrible. You can hear the engine, you can't hear me. I'm talking straight into the mic and you can't hear me talking. You can only hear the engine and the wind noise. I don't know how that's even possible. It actually filters out language and or speech and just adds more engine and more wind noise. So yeah, it's a hopeless situation. I don't know how to fix it. I'll try to fix it, and I'll try to use the other helmet and somehow tweak something. I don't know. But for the moment, it's hopeless. It just doesn't work. Which is weird, because I can call people on the system and they can hear me clearly. I called my dad and told him that I was on my bike, and he was like, "You're on your bike right now?" I was like, "Yeah, I'm doing 80. Shit, can't hear it at all." They thought I was just standing by the road. So it definitely has good audio filters. It just, when I'm recording, it doesn't. It's so strange. So this used to be one of my favorite roads, but because of the fucking bicyclists being idiots, riding like dummies and getting hurt, they took down the speed from 80 to 60. So now it's 60 all the way, which is nice for right now because it's wet. I don't want to go fast anyway. But this is actually a motorway. It's the old motorway, but it's still a motorway. It's supposed to be vehicles, not bicyclists, which makes me hate bicyclists even more. I have almost no good experiences with bicyclists. They think they own the road. They will ride 4 or 5 wide. They will even ride into the opposite lane. I've seen that several times. And once I cursed myself several times for this, but I had videotape of 2 bicyclists. I videoed 2 bicyclists in front of me in a right and then left S-curve. Into the first right, they just crossed over to the opposite, to the literally the center of the road, and one guy was waving me forward. And I was like, I'm not passing you in an S-curve while you're in the middle of the road. I'm not dumb. And literally like half a second, maybe 0.7 seconds after that, they just, both of them just crossed the street, crossed the road instantly. Not looking back, not doing anything, just crossed over right in front of me. If I had tried to pass them, I would definitely have hit them. And that's the kind of riding that I see all too often. And I don't know if the bicyclists think that they're gonna get millions of dollars in damages and in lawsuits or something, but I had that on videotape. So once again, not videotape. I had that on video, on camera maybe. I don't think a judge would say I was at fault if I had passed and hit them, but obviously the right thing to do is to not pass anyone for any reason in a corner. But yeah, so this was an 80 road previously, Not anymore. Right now I wouldn't do 80 here anyway. It's wet, and because there's a lot of trees everywhere, there could be leaves and other stuff in the road. So I'm just gonna take it pretty steady here. You see fog on the water, smoke on the water, people. I'd play the music, but I'd probably close my channel, would probably close down for copyright issues. But it's definitely smoke on the water.